Hello. I'm really close. Oh my gosh, it has been a hot minute since I've done videos. So I'm trying the YouTube Live just because I don't like the games Facebook plays, and not everybody's on Facebook. So hopefully you can find this video. My name is Leanne Furness. I'm an independent demonstrator in Rochester, Minnesota, the USA. I've been doing this for 26 years almost. Very exciting stuff. I've seen a lot of changes and the new stamping stamp sets and dies and the way they package them has changed again, and it's going to keep revolving. And I think that's what frustrates stampers and crafters altogether because, gosh, why did you change it? Well, let me talk about that. And so I'm going to go and we're going to go down to my workspace and we're going to do adjustment. And I didn't think anybody would be live. And I got to kind of finagle and futz with some of this because live. Okay. I don't know why this doesn't go down further. Okay, doesn't matter. All right, so one reason that the packaging has changed from this to this is because red rubber, this, is getting phased out. Now, starting past last November, any new stamp set that they released, the online exclusives, they released in photopolymer only. Now, if you have an older stamp that's still current and is still available, and it might be in red rubber, it's going to continue in red rubber until point of it being sold out and no longer available. So every stamp set that's new will be photopolymer. I would probably venture to say every red rubber stamp set is going to be discontinued in March or April. So you might want to watch that for that too information. I like this storage. I like having my dies here. I like having it all together. And I love these cases because you can see what you have. Now, when I started with the online stuff, I would add online exclusives, and that way I could keep my mind clear on where you can find this information. That's really just for me as a demonstrator. I don't know that would be very applicable to you as a customer, but you never know. You never know. So now the dies would come in a larger package. I mean, they came in all different sizes, right? And so you'd get, okay, those are new. Okay, so you'd get like some like this, and then you get some fatter ones, and you just would have a whole hodgepodge mess. I took a lot of my dies out of here and hung them on my magnetic wall, just because that's how I organize it. I also love, like you saw, have dies with the stamp set that's specific to this stamp set. Now, here is an example. Let's just go here. These are two coordinating stamp sets and dies, gears and textures. And these are going to be available starting Tuesday, January 6th, 2026, which is tomorrow. And as you can see, they're the same size. Let's compare the old set. So it's much taller. So if you were putting it on your bookshelf, you might have some difficulty. So you might have to think about how you want to store this. You can also buy the old cases. I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably just going to go with the new, phase out the old. You'll see it when I sell things and when I don't like to keep too many current non-current items. So here is what happens. Stampin' Up! Has put gears and textures, and then gears and textures. And I know I'm old, but come on. That is very, very hard to see. So, whoops. Let me go brighter. So, my old eyes needed this. So I just labeled gears and textures, dies. If it says Stampin' Cut and Emboss, that really means dies. This means the stamp set. Both of them have this great imagery. So you can see what the dies look like, which is a brand new Plus Pro. And the gears are the stamps in the stamp set. You can see that. Unfortunately, the con of this, well, this is way lighter and it's going to stack really great. You have this very sturdy plastic envelope. But when you open it up, I wish I would have kept one that's not ready to go. And I don't know that this is ready, really what we're going to do, because I feel like this peeling is going to get ruined and this is going to get ripped. So I'm going to change to a different process, but I stamped on the inside because I don't know why, I just like that. But I've watched a few videos, and what I'm going to do is change this up a tad. I'm going to get some cardboard, and I'm going to try to undo. If you've ever used Undo, it's a great product. You can buy it at your local hardware store, and it undoes the sticky stuff, and then you can re-put it. So I'm going to probably fix that so that we don't have to do this, and we can just pull out the die or the stamps similar to maybe this. And you can see they're pretty easily manipulated, but I took the dies and put them on a magnetic sheet. Magnetic sheets you can buy Amazon, Stampin' Storage, Home Depot for the thinner ones. I like the thicker ones. These are the same ones I hang on my wall so people can see what I have if it's not specific to a stamp set. So this is a fun, I like this is very masculine looking or non-flowery. And you all know how I just don't like flowers. Okay, so I'm going to put that back, and I'm just going to shove this back in there. And I know this won't happen in my classes. I mean, if it was just for me, I would be fine with it, but it's going to be craziness. All right, so let's put this back together in our way. Okay, so this was my first attempt at story. No, that's not going to work. So I'm going to switch, and I'm going to pivot to this guy. And I'm going to figure out why this is so gosh darn weird. Oh, I know, because I'm in charge. And it's been a hot minute. Okay, what the heck? Sorry if you're getting dizzy. I apologize profusely. Okay, so this one is called Manner Sayings, and it's an online, January 2026, and I wrote, well, maybe it was released in November. I guess I should probably fix that. Okay, so what I did for this one is kind of the same concept, only much easier to handle. So I took a cello bag, and I took the stamps, and I stamped it all down. And I wish I had one that wasn't already done, but if you can imagine, happy birthday goes here. So I have this all on my plastic that it comes on. I inked it up, and I took a plain piece of cardstock or paper. I stamped on that, and I put it in this cello bag so that I can see when I'm stamping, and I take this out of the package, or I leave it, I'm not sure how it's going to work for a class, because sometimes I use different words in different places, but I just don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. So if you have any great ideas, oh gosh, comment please. And then during my open house on Friday, the 9th, hopefully we can get some ideas that will make it work for you. I've also tried, which is not really that important to demonstrators, other than demonstrators, like again, where this comes from, where you can find it. It's bundled with a punch. The punch is unavailable at the moment. Should be back in a few weeks. And so that's it. That's it, really. Let me go ahead. They're lighter packages. Oh my gosh, you can store so much more. And you can, if you want, let me go back to gears. This is why I have notes, right? Oh my gosh, gears and textures. I could have gears and textures, the stamp set, and then I could have the gears and textures dies all in the same one, if that appeals to you. Now, I would probably start leaning towards this, because I would probably not use these dies for other things, or so I think. So I don't know if it's going to be very specific to this stamp set bundle, then I might keep them like this. Again, I had the dies on my magnetic sheet. Okay, so that's option 1, or keep them all 9, or keep them all alone and have them alphabetical. It sounds like a little slice of torture for me, but I'm not that kind of a person. There's some peanut butter there. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, the lighter packages. So let me put these back together, and you can see how. Here's a textured dies. This is wrong, so I'm not sure why that's there. Oh, I see. See, this is never going to work in a class setting, and so I'm going to have to come up with something a little bit better, but I know I can do it. I'm very, very creative. These are much skinnier than the other cases. So, for example, I have some boxes from IKEA, I believe. Lots of demonstrators have been going shopping to the Container Stores and looking for products that are going to help you keep this organized. This works great. And again, the advantage is that they're all the same size. You would just have to keep them organized somehow, but think about it. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 stamp sets, and then let me get 6. This includes some dies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some of these have dies, some of these don't, but look at the difference. That's awesome. So you're going to be able to store a lot more. I know we're going to miss this, and you could kind of do a few things, and I'm going to probably do another video of it next week, but you could, if you have access to a photocopier, you could photocopy this and put this in a binder so you can look through quick. You could do the same thing with the stamp sets. I have done that with my retired things, and I'm behind on that, so I need to work on that a little bit in my free time. But I just think that this is going to be so much easier when I travel. And if I go to like a swap or a Stampin' scrap or something, I won't have to carry quite so many boxes that are so heavy. I'll be able to pack more. Okay, so what you can do in the meantime is you could just stamp these too on your binder, in your binder. Some people get electronically organized. Some people have a binder. I would just keep this on that hard plastic, ink it, put it in my binder, and then write the name or whatever. So we all have our own system, and I'm probably going to change mine 3 times, and it'll drive some of you crazy. How do you like that? All right. Well, that's pretty quick, and that's pretty much the positives. I've said that they're the same. Now, as you order from the new mini catalog that launches tomorrow and the new online releases for January 2026, they will only come this way. And so don't be shocked when you order it, or don't be like, what the heck? So that is going to be a change. It's going to be a process for us. Also, I believe December, January, I don't think that there's a refresh on the last chance list. So if there's something, there probably is a lot in last chance list that is going away in that winter catalog. So you might want to check that out online. And I know it's kind of a pain. Some new kits are coming, of course, tomorrow, and a lot of fun things tomorrow. So back at you tomorrow at 1 p.m. And what will I talk about? I can show you the inside of the catalog. So I'm going to show you a few things that I find great in this new catalog, and then talk about a few things of projects that I've kind of played with already. Okay. Have a great day. I will see you Tuesday, January 6th at 1 p.m. Same place. Thanks.